Hello Bigfoot enthusiasts, Scott here from Squatch America, and today we're going to talk about Bigfoot and caves. Now, we recently had a great opportunity to go venture into one of the biggest and longest mines in eastern Oregon. It's called the Virtue Mine. Now, we hiked in almost a half a mile in and a half a mile back out, and we never even touched most of that place, as it has so many side caverns coming off it and 4 or 5 layers, different elevations in it. But what was really interesting is the gentleman who invited us to come do the tour of the mine called us because they had some weird activity. They were having a lot of like dead animals weirdly skinned at the base of the entrance of the mine and also inside the mine. They kept finding animals that were in the mine. They'll find a dead animal and then they'll come back the next day and it's gone. Is it Bigfoot? I don't know. I'm not sure, but there's a big correlation of Bigfoots and cave systems in America, as you saw in the intro of this video. So let's get into this guy's interview, and then I'll talk a little bit afterwards about what I think about Bigfoot and cave systems.
So at my feet, about a week or two ago, I found a dead rabbit that had been skinned, and its paws were fully intact, and it was its rear skin that was just skinned, and it was perfectly flayed like with a knife. But with a knife, you normally have a couple of scratches into the skin. There wasn't that. And it came all the way up, and it had its full nose pad. Its eye sockets were gone. It didn't have its ears. It was like part of its face. And I guess now that I recall, it didn't have its hind leg skin at all. It was just its front legs with its paws. And it was just skinned like right here. And I was like, I wonder if badgers do that. And I looked up badgers, and I was like, okay, they don't like skin them that clean, but I got stuff I got to do. So I go in the mine, and I come out like 3 hours later, and the guy's gone. And then I go back in that same night, and then a squirrel that's been in front of a ladder that's been dead for like 3 years is suddenly gone. I'm like, it's a little weird, but you don't have, you're underground, you can't be too superstitious. So when you're in here by yourself and you kind of light up the area around you, you can see your light. see how your light kind of goes all the way to the end?
Mm-hmm.
It would like not go to the end of the wall. It would like stop, and it'd just be like black. It's like your light wasn't powerful enough to go through it, and you hear rocks getting kicked around. You're like, okay, is this an animal? I've spent so much time underground in my life that I don't worry about stuff like that until it comes and gets me. I worry about air rushes, air movement, sounds vibrating. That's what freaks me out. So I wasn't really concerned about that, but I've had that one happen. And then walking into the mine, one time I was rolling in with my old man, and some dude was sitting on a rock. I saw this one plain as day, and this one is a little bit weird, but he's wearing like old-timey, this color of clothes, like a big old jacket that hung down to here, big old baggy pants, and he had the little pick thing, and a prospector's pick hanging off his right side. He's sitting there with his hands crossed, just staring me down. And I literally said to my dad, like, do you see him? Like, do you see that guy? Because I thought he was real. And that's the most ghosty. Well, I had one other one. I was at the sluice box, again, by myself for like 3 weeks, looking over the box, and I thought the landowner that released land from, Kim, was behind me, because I was like, how did he sneak up behind me? And I said, how you doing, Kim? And I look, and I realized I could see through this shadow, and I jumped over the sluice box, and my heart was racing, and I'm like, what the hell? And I called my dad to make sure it wasn't like his ghost haunting me, and I was like, are you alive? Like, okay,
Oh, wow.
I guess no one's dead, like, we're all good. So that's
cool.
been, we've had, Kim told me it was the special forces for the helicopters that were landing. So there's these helicopters that will come in, and they'll Kim says they'll touch off on the mountains, they'll land, they'll do a quick training run, they'll get in the helicopter and take off, right? But we've seen this helicopter land on this hill over here. It's called the Rare Earth Cut, and there's also a story how a meteorite landed there. I've never found anything. I don't know. We've seen this helicopter land there 3 times, and we go up there, there's no one there. There's no helicopter. Plain as day, you see the lights, see the helicopter land, and you go up there, and there's no one there. Like, you think you're crazy when you're out here for so long, but
Yep.
you kind of just go, okay, just weird shit happens. That's just life.
Yeah. All right, after our interesting day with bats and possible Bigfoots inside a cavern a half a mile deep in there. By the way, it gets really warm in there. So, but it was kind of fun. This here mine is in Eastern Oregon. It's just across the valley from the Eagle Cap Wilderness area. And also to the left, across another valley, is the Elkhorn mountain range, which has a really interesting thing. It has a thing called the Guardian. And in the wintertime, when the snow is right and the sun is right, it reflects the silhouette of a Native American that guards over the Baker Valley. So this area here is also close to where we found the pictograph of the Bigfoot, and which is right up the road from where this place was, this mine. There's about, I don't know, 20-30 mines in this area. So there's a huge cave system basically around this area. I know it's not in the mountains, it's kind of in a high desert, but we're within miles, a couple, 2-3 miles of mountains. It doesn't take long to get there. In fact, we are only like 5 minutes away from that mine myself, where I'm standing right now, and it's forest. So I want to thank you for watching, and please like and subscribe, and go out and find Bigfoot. Thanks for watching.